Hello and welcome to Backroads on my XT. Hello and welcome back to Backroads on my XT. Today I'm going to talk about stator charge coil assemblies. The stator generates electricity to charge the battery and to run the lighting system. The charge coil generates the electricity to charge the ignition coil to make spark. A lot of people think it's all the same thing. It's not. It's two different parts. This is mid-2000 to 2007 stator charge assembly. This is what it looks like. Before mid-2000, it had two of these heads on it. One of them smaller than the other one. And that's what I think the manual covers. It covers the old one. Because when you try and follow the troubleshooting tree in the manual, it doesn't work for the mid-2000 to 2007 stator charge coil assemblies. And I know that through trial and error. I bought 4 brand new ones, and every one of them didn't meet the service manual spec. And so after the 4th one, I went out and metered it, and it didn't meet spec. And I said to myself, look, this is insanity. I'm doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So the manual is wrong. Mid-2000 to 2007 for stator charge coil assembly, wire ohming troubleshooting. So with that said, I should probably make another call out Yamaha video, because their brand new manual is not updated. They didn't update it after 2000, all the 2001 changes. So what we'll do here, my plan is to measure this bad stator charger assembly and then go to a known good stator charger assembly and show you what those meter readings say, so you can troubleshoot your stator charge coil assemblies for your mid-2000 to 2007 XT225. So here we go. Yellow, I'm going to go on the yellow connector here, yellow pin, and in the manual it says to go to ground. Well, when you go to ground, you don't get anything. It's supposed to read 20 to 30 ohms according to the manual, and it's an open wire. So that's what had me thinking the charge coil assembly is bad, because it doesn't have a spark, but it's not that reading that does it. So what I'm going to do is we'll go yellow to brown. Yellow to brown. It says 125.6 ohms. We're going to go yellow to green. It says, notice it changed over to K ohms. So that's 5,340 ohms. 5.34 K ohms. So then we go brown to green, and we get 5,690 ohms, or 5.71 K ohms. So we'll take those numbers down, and then to ohm out your stator, the top one here is 1, the bottom one is 2, and the one off to the left is 3. It says to go 1 to 2, so we'll do that. 1 to 2, 9 ohms, and then we'll go 1 to 3, 9 ohms. So both of those fit what the manual says, plus or minus a few ohms, because you're adding stuff for the wires and stuff like that. So what I'll do now is go over to the bike and ohm those wires out and show you what they read, and then we'll talk about comparisons.
A few moments later.
Okay, here we are on the bike. I'm also going to check the pulsar coil on the bike. These are the connectors for the pulsar coil. And these are the connectors For the charge coil, you can see the yellow, green, and brown wires. And then these are the connectors for the stator assembly. The stator does charging and it runs the lighting system. And the charge coil charges the ignition coil to make the spark. And the pulsar coil tells it when to spark. It tells the CDI when to spark. Okay, the actual signal comes from the CDI. So what we'll do is, this is the working stator, and we're going to go 1 to 2, 0.9, and we're going to go 1 to 3, 0.9 ohms. So that pretty much correlates to the other stator. The other one was 0.8. So we'll hook that back. Go ahead and hook that back up. We'll go to the pulsar coil. The pulsar coil is supposed to read right around 800, I think. 800 k ohms right there. So that's good. That ohms out. We're going to connect that back up. Well, I know it's good because the bike runs. So our last one we want to check. This is the question mark on the new stators. So we'll go, the manual says yellow to ground is 20 to 30 ohms. But you can see there is no, we'll do that the right way. There is no, it's an open. It reads an open. There is no measurement from yellow to ground. So the manual is wrong there. So we'll go yellow wire to green wire. Yellow to green, 669. We'll go yellow to brown. It's 151. And then we'll go green to brown, 820. So for a good newer model stator coil, those are the readings.
A few moments later.
Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do a little screenshot here. We're going to look at the stator coil resistance in the service manual. It says, again, white lead number 1 to number 2, and then number 1 to number 3. We did that in the video. There's the plug, 1, 2, and 3. And the stator coil resistance is supposed to be 0.48 to 0.72 ohms for each one of those readings, 1 to 2 and then 1 to 3. And then we go to the charge coil resistance, brown lead to the green lead, and then the yellow lead to ground. So the brown to green is supposed to be 584 to 876 ohms. And then the step 2 is the yellow lead to ground is supposed to be 20 to 30 ohms. Now we know that doesn't work on the mid 2000 to 2007 charge coil assemblies. You get an open indication, 0 ohms. So I've tried to simplify this. Hopefully I didn't simplify it to make it confusing again. You know how that works. Bad coils in red, new coils in blue. The bad coil is directly off the bike, 2001 XT225, and the new coil is actually a $50 coil I got off of eBay. It got here in 2 days. It shipped from mid-Texas, and I live in Texas, so that was pretty cool. So on the bad coil, yellow to brown was 125.6 ohms, and the new coil, yellow to brown, was 151 ohms. The bad coil, yellow to green, was 5.34K, and the yellow to green on the new coil is 669 ohms. So that's a huge difference there. This is probably a marker of a bad charge coil assembly. And then we got brown to green on the bad coil was 5.71K ohms. And then brown to green on the new coil is 820 ohms. Again, most likely a bad indication. And both stators read out to 0.9 ohms each. All right, and again, the manual spec for brown to green is 584 to 876. So that brown to green fits in that spec. And once again, the yellow to ground is no good. That doesn't work on these. Okay, and the stator, 0.9 ohms, seems a little high from the service manual, but they match. So I'm going to call that a push. And then I got pictures over here, pre-mid 2000. The connector has round pins on it. And there, you can see there's two heads here. This one's flipped over so you can't see the wiring on the other side, but the two heads are a dead giveaway, and the round pins on the connector. And the newer charge coil stator assembly, stator charge coil assembly, mid 2000 to 2007, the pins are flat on the connector, and there's only one head on it. So I hope that helps you guys out. Good luck in your troubleshooting. I know that no spark troubleshooting is really frustrating. I'm going to come out with another video to show you real quick how to troubleshoot all those switches, those safety switches, without using an ohm meter. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. And you guys ride safe out there. We'll see you later. Bye.